Good evening, vapors again. It's DBX here with another kind of, I don't know if you call it a review because I'm not doing a specific product. I'm just doing kind of a general kind of informative video here. I will be using a specific product, but that's about it. What I'm going to do this week is variable voltage devices, VV mods. Or VWs, might have the variable wattages, I think, but it's definitely variable voltage. Or hold on, I'll double check that. I think it is variable, yeah, variable wattage, or VV VW, whichever. What they are is it's a mod that you put your tanks on, which you can then change the resistances, or not change the resistances, but change the various. What have we got here? We can change. There's the voltage that comes from the battery, of course. There is the ohms. That's the resistance that comes from the head of the tank or the coil that you have built for your device. And then, of course, when you press the button, there's the wattage. So the one I have here today anyway, it's the Tesla mod, picked up from EasySmoke. EasySmoke.ie or EU, I'm not 100% sure on that, I probably should check. If people are interested, it's down below anyway. Most of them take the large batteries, whether they're the 18650s or the 18350s. The ones that my device takes is the 18650 right here. It's about that big. Well, it's not about that big, it is that big, and it goes in the bottom and then you screw it on and away you go. You could get two 18350s in here and you could stack them like a torch that you could just stick the two batteries in, one on top of the other, and that'd do the same kind of thing. This device has a 510 connection, and I think as well it has, might have an ego connection in there, I believe. Not 100%, I think, no, definitely a fellow I now put on this exact device, I think it's still called the Pro Tank Mini. He was able to fit this on the device. With those devices though, or with those batteries, it'll be something like this. It'll be something like a little tank like that, and it has air holes around the bottom. You have to be careful if you're putting them on that you do not block the air holes. And of course I've lost the one thing I need. So for those kind of devices, what we have, as you can see, it's just kind of a flat, it's kind of flat across the top. What you can get is an adapter. This is a 510 to ego adapter that you screw onto the top of your 510 connection, and it just kind of boosts the top of it so that you can then come along and put on your little, put on your tank. There's absolutely nothing in that, so I'm not going to press the button to fire it. It's actually, I have 3.8 volts left in the battery, and that's how much power it's outputting at the moment. And this head is actually a 2.5 ohm head. So with these devices you have I think there's some out there that you've got, I don't know how many buttons down along the side, and it lights up and it'll probably wash your car. Give it about 6 months, there probably will be one that'll go out and wash your car for you. What it has here is, I'm just going to show you these two just to start off with. You've got the plus and minus. There's the plus and minus buttons, and that changes the wattage that you will be getting out of this device when you press the button at the back. So you can adjust it. Minus makes it go down, obviously. Plus makes it go up. I think this goes from 3 to, we'll go up there now. It goes up to 15 watts. If for whatever reason you ever need to vape at 15 watts, you can put it all the way up to 15 watts or have it down as low as 3. With the plus button, if you press and hold the plus button, it will display the ohms of the head, so the resistance of the head on the current tank you have at the top. And, power voltage, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Okay, fair enough. With the minus button, if you can see that there as well, if my finger isn't in the way, you can, I'm not quite sure what's going on. You press and hold the button and it will show up the voltage of the current battery. Now that's actually go down to 3.7. So if we undo this tank, And you can, oh, I'll definitely take that one off as well, because I want to put my own contents out, and I've dropped it, fair enough. If you press and hold the fire button, you can see that's the various, that's the wattage that it's vaping at the moment. When I put then just the normal tank on it, I just have to get this thing because I'll probably just knock it away with my foot. When I have, the tanks I use on it are the Pro tanks, and they have, from what I can find anyway, they have 3 different types of heads. They've got kind of a low, medium and large, or low, medium and high even. There's, I think the low is like 1.6 or 1.8 ohms. It's that's just the resistance of it, as I said. And with this you can actually go out and you can just be completely indiscriminate about the resistance of the head that you pick up. So at the moment I think most of mine are 2.2 or 2.5, because I found that, you know, on a device like this, whether it's variable or not, just a mod, if you have anything lower than maybe a 2.2 and you press the button to fire it, it will, it can burn the coil in it for you. Whereas this one, I could put a low resistance head on it and I can knock it down to 3 watts, maybe 3.5, and I can chance with that. If I go up to kind of a 2.0 resistance, bring it up to maybe 4.5, and then I myself haven't gone any higher than a 6, but with the 2.2 or the 2.5 head, anywhere in between there, you can go up maybe up to a 6. Obviously you can play around with them yourselves, and you can find the perfect vape. You might like a low wattage vape with a high resistance head, or vice versa. Also as well with, like I did if you saw the video with the dripper, you could put the dripper on top of this, and pressing the minus button, or apologies, pressing the plus button, I'm still confused about it because it's only new, pressing the plus button you can see what resistance your head is on it. I will do a video with a coil of that. Well, I'll put a coil into, a pre-made coil into the dripper, and we'll check the resistance on it, and then I'm going to put it in a homemade coil with into the dripper, and we'll check the resistance on that as well. But that's just kind of a basic intro to the variable voltage, the variable wattage devices, just the variable devices that you can change the that you can change the resistance and all that kind of stuff on. Obviously you can find a lot more out online. There is a lot of information about them out there, and with the various resistances and voltages and wattages, there is a lot of reading up to do on them to try and make sure that you don't screw things up. But of course, kind of the first thing you will realize is that if you go down very low on this, you don't get much, and if you can have it there, you can hear it firing. That's 3. If I put it up to 5.5, it's a definite kind of steady, kind of louder pulse, or louder vape. And there's a lot more vapor coming out of that as well. So that's all entirely up to yourself about which way you want to go with that. You might even just want to stay on the standard Ego batteries and stay with something like this is the Kanger T3, but you can stay with the Mini Pro tanks or the T3S and the MT3 and all that kind of stuff. That's all entirely up to you. It's all personal preference, really. Any questions, do throw them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks for watching, and happy vaping.